Are we live?
Probably.
My phone's just flashed up. Say nothing.
Yeah, but it wouldn't tell you that you yourself are live.
I don't know, it might.
It probably does. Let me check.
Yes, we're live. Mia, you're supposed to tell me we're live. I'm sat here looking at a
I
screen.
was going to do a nature documentary intro where I'm saying, if we're now quietly observing Sal, we can witness her planning on pouncing on her prey and killing all those innocent duplicants. Nature sure is fascinating. Apparently it did tell you that you went live. Heresy, how dare you phone? You've ruined it.
Yeah, and Mia, you've not been cooking.
Well, what is there to cook?
Dirt. There's loads of dirt.
Oh yeah, wonderful, thank you. Let me just fry the dirt, please.
Yeah, cook's on your highest priority. I'm gonna up the priorities on these because I don't really want to set it as high as that though.
Are we allowed to make the food?
Yeah. I could actually set some omelettes first. And then we could have some mush fries.
See, I'm willing to make omelettes. Because that's somewhat nutritious anyway. While we're around, I should probably point out that you should say hello to the spotted cow.
Hello, spotted cow. Hope you're feeling a bit better.
Who is giving us a big sneeze.
Oh dear. Cow flu still got you.
Yeah, now we apparently got the cow flu too. Also, there's Crazy Potato.
Hi, Potato.
Well, also.
Hello, Bernie.
And Alfie.
And hello, Alfie.
And Pseudo Tammy in the form of Spotted... No, hold on. In the form of Bill also. Who points out that sneezing on people is not very nice.
Oh,
Potato
right.
points out that a local mirror is trying to kill us.
Bernie is
Oh no, it's not a local, it's a
well.
zero-calorie mirror.
Shrunk. Let's have a look. Is it just because you're hungry? Ah, you got food poisoning. Let's check out your germs.
Oh no.
Not that bad.
Yeah, but someone just touched the omelette maker.
Yeah, everyone's walking around looking a bit germy. Now, we did get to the point where we can connect up the showers, which would be no bad thing. The toilets are all working, aren't they? Yep, so... Yep, because I reconnected this so it was the right way round, so the toilets would work. Yep, that should all be fine. So putting the showers in should help somewhat. Oh, and now we've got some meal lice as well, so I could switch us over to pickled meal.
In the meantime, Potato points out that his PC is working again, thanks to a new hard drive. However, everything he used to own is now lost to the void.
Oh, that's a shame.
Also, say hello there to Lieutenant Lucan.
Hello, Lieutenant Lucan.
No, you were supposed to say hello there.
Hello there, Lieutenant Lucan.
And then the real spotted cow would have said General Kenobi. Belle also has a question.
Actually,
what
yep.
dreams of mine will I be telling today that would involve biblical figures? Sal told me I'm no longer allowed to do that. I'm offending Christians and atheists alike. And she's worried that I'm offending more religious groups soon.
We could do with another oxygen cleaning thingy here, couldn't we?
Alfie points out that it's a harsh lesson to learn, and this is why you should always make backups, Potato.
Indeed.
And if you do make backups, make sure that you don't activate backing up via Wi-Fi if you're using a bloody Apple product. Oh, lovely story. I was repairing the iPhone of a work colleague, a rather, by his own admission, inept technophobe who has no idea how he's using an iPhone, let alone why he has one.
It's his daughter's iPhone.
Yeah, but his daughter has the newer iPhone now, and she's given it to him so they can FaceTime for some reason. Point in case being, unfortunately, the phone locked itself out and got disabled, and it needed to be unlocked. So, as the somewhat technically competent person I am, I graciously offered to unlock it for him, as opposed to him going to an Apple store and then paying about £130 just to get it unlocked. Lovely stuff. Only problem was, according to what I've read on the internet, unlocking the phone by setting it back into the factory mode would delete all the data. Luckily, I was able to pull a backup of the phone onto my computer while it was still in the locked mode, and then I could reset it and load the backup back in there on the phone after I've reset it to factory settings. Only problem is, I've done the backup, stored it on my computer. Say hello to Tammy, by the way.
Hey, Tammy.
Stored it on my computer, and when I reset the phone, my computer realized, hold on a minute, there's another iPhone on the Wi-Fi network. I'm better overwriting the backup I've just made with the phone that's on the Wi-Fi network.
Do you know, I'm going to leave that door open so that we get a good supply of oxygen in here for a little while.
And then when I backloaded the entire bloody phone from the backup I've made onto the phone, it just turned into a carbon copy of my phone.
Yeah. So Phil in the office, his phone was trying to speak to him in German.
A, that, and B, there was a big copy of my face on as the screensaver, and I'm worried that he might not appreciate that. At least not as much as me. So lovely stuff. I appreciate all of it. Apple's such a great company, so user-friendly.
Right, we'll go Air Systems next.
So that was a fun experience.
Hello, you sexy, shiny, lovey, squishy things.
Stop with the squishy, you're making it worse. I don't want to imagine something that's shiny and squishy. For that matter, I also won't want to imagine the other two adjectives.
So I'm digging a bit of a pit down here because I want to break into these chlorine-filled rooms, and I want to make enough of an area that the chlorine goes down below our door.
In the meantime, Lieutenant Lucan was wondering how I can offend someone if I'm just merely messing around.
So, Mia, do you want to talk about how in the last... What, the last 12
6 hours?
The last 6 hours. No, it's the last 12 hours.
Yeah, 12 hours. It started as the fickle of an idea 12 hours ago and turned into a bloody mess.
Crazy
recently.
Plans. Yeah, we're going to do something. We've got funny and exciting plans coming up.
Yes, but shouldn't I finish catching up with chat first before I go full back again?
Yeah. You
Right,
should.
so people are laughing at me using Apple products. Alfie points out that we've learned another lesson. Don't use Apple products. Unfortunately, I can't get around that. And at least not until this phone leaves its 50-year plan and stops working. Apple is probably actively working on getting to that point quicker. Bell also points out that the storage has got better and better. Lieutenant Lucan says the Apple iCloud systems are not very practical or useful. No, they're not. And Potato says jelly is shiny and squishy, and it's in the right shape. That's not a shape, Potato, and I don't like jelly. It's gross. Nothing edible should wiggle that much.
Oh, look, Spotted Cow is still in a state of mostly euphoria.
Anyway, now on to the fickle of an idea. Boris managed the near impossible. I assume it was impossible. I wouldn't know. I haven't tried it because I don't know how. He pulled Anubis back out of the ether. Was that the right way to start the story?
Sure. I'll let you tell the story in whatever way you wish. But get on with it, because I'm so looking forward to this.
Fine, I'm going to make it quick then. Boris convinced Anubis to join us in a Nidd meetup again. At the moment, we're planning to have one soon. We just need to coordinate flights to the UK because mostly me, are cheap. The royal we. So we're going to meet up. There, did I do it quick enough?
Yeah, we've decided, and over the course of the last 12 hours, it's all been decided sometime in the next month or two, I think it's going to be, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, it's quite soon, actually.
The amount of people who will be joining is not quite fully determined yet, seeing how flying over to the UK might be a bit of a hurdle.
But we're looking at possibly
a pylon.
Maybe 8 people doing an all pylon. We're going to rent a holiday cottage on the River Nidd.
Next to the River Nidd, not on the River
Well,
Nidd.
not
we
on the
can't
Nidd.
really afford
Yeah.
boathouses around here. The rivers are too shallow.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. I was going to say boathouses. Well, actually, boathouses are rather expensive.
That too.
Oh, someone mastered a job in their sleep. Who was that? It was Craggy. Okay, Craggy, what do you...
No,
what do you
Alfie,
think?
that's too many E's.
Dig and build is his thing. Right, okay, Craggy, you can go do that now.
Potato points out that if he had a coin, he would totally love to join. You see, that's the trick. If you don't have the coin, you just need to convince everyone else to come here. It helps if you have a river called Nidd nearby, which is the namesake of everything.
Because our first thought was to all go to Canada, actually. But then when it turned out that Anubis was available to come to the UK, which meant that Apple would be able to join us, because Apple wouldn't be able to afford to go out to Canada. And it all started looking all very feasible all of a sudden.
Don't worry, I'm sure someone will throw a shoestring into this mess. I'm not sure how a shoestring would ruin it. But...
I think it's all looking like it might happen.
Yeah, but something could still go wrong.
Oh me, don't need to be pessimistic about it.
No, it's not pessimism, it's just realism.
Well, of course something could go wrong.
Yes.
I mean...
Minty could join us.
But so far our Nidd meetups have all gone absolutely perfectly to plan.
Should I remind you of the first pylon we had where people peed on each other? And that wasn't even a royal we. It was just Anubis.
Why are we missing meal lice? I thought we just had a meal lice harvest.
Potato calls this high school planning. It's big ideas, but nothing happens. Don't you worry, we usually try to live up to our unreasonably large ideas. I mean, we did a Nidd meetup. Jesus, Castle Happy Christ, that's a mouthful. Say that 3 times real fast, please.
A Nidd meetup.
Yes, but 3 times and faster.
Nidd meetup, Nidd meetup, Nidd meetup.
You faltered.
Yeah, it's not easy.
What was I? We did it before, we can do it again, and this time it'll be more grandiose. Only problem is, one of the holiday homes we looked at kinda looks...
Oh, I've crashed.
Already?
No.
Oh, well done,
dear.
Sal. Hold on. People will be screaming for train songs. Here, let's appease the crowd. There you go. Enjoy your train song. Bellos is asking if there will be another pilgrimage video. I am not entirely sure what is going to happen. Boris wishes to have a bit of a plan. Otherwise, he fears we would just sit in a cottage for
and play
days
games.
on end and play games. Which we wouldn't even necessarily stream if we wouldn't plan it. So, you know, we're still working on that. This plan is still in its infancy, but we seemingly have overcome one of the biggest hurdles, which is trying to get Anubis to exist.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's all looking quite feasible. There may be more another pilgrimage video, because the idea is that there will be pilgrimages. Not only will we have a pilgrimage to the River Nidd, but we'll probably be staying right next to it. Because the last time we went to the Nidd, we were all meeting up in London.
Potatoes made me new phone background. I need this in larger in colour. It's okay. Take your time, Sal. Just mouse around the desktop.
I was just letting it load its things.
Yeah, of course. Bell also points out that the news that Anubis will be joining is great news indeed. We will hope to capitalise on his presence by streaming all of him.
Yeah, so at the moment we're thinking it'll be Boris, maybe Minty, Spidey's looking likely, Anubis, and Apple, and Melon, and Mia. Let's just see, where were we up to? Where did it?
We've returned!
We've returned.
Potato repeats Belosso's question and asks if we will be video documenting the entire trip.
I think there's a good chance we will be video documenting some of it at least.
Yes. Although, knowing Apple, he will probably have a camera strapped to his face and just be really obnoxious to people. Oh, that reminds me of that last time we were at the River Nidd, and Apple tried to convince me to interview the elderly.
Oh, that was embarrassing.
Yes, it was!
What you doing, Mia? Why are you not cooking?
Bell also suggesting we squeeze the Egyptian double deity through the internet. I feel like sending him here in a plane is the better option if we want to preserve his structural integrity.
Okay, right. Research. So I was going for...
Potato points out that if Apple is going to film this, it's mostly just going to be another 30 minutes of footage of Anubis's backside, like in the last video trip.
think... Oh, agriculture would be... we'll finish off top ones there. Right. So, power room is the thing I'm going for now.
Well, but also points out that it was me who implied that we'd be streaming all of him. So, squeezing him through the... No, I don't mean we stream him. We just... Ugh. Never mind. I thought we'd just be video documenting him a whole lot and sending that to the internet.
No, I did want to put a med room down here, but it's not looking like a very healthy place just at the moment.
Nah, it's alright. You know, I could have drawn this story out to fill like an hour.
Alright, what do we need in a medroom? Because I think it's probably a good idea if we do sort out a medroom. Just
Are you
in case.
expecting an outbreak soon?
Well, Bernie's not looking very healthy at the moment, so I think we should just make sure that, just in case his health drops further. Are the showers working? Yeah, the showers are working. Let's see, we want to make sure. I think we'll just put an outhouse in.
What do you mean? That's not really in a medical bay. What?
Wash basin, and then we need a sink. Not a sink, a table.
I don't understand why we need an outhouse in the medical bay.
You need a toilet in the medical bay.
You do?
Yeah?
Why?
Because otherwise it's not a medical bay.
Well, fine then, I guess. But also suggesting that you put some medicine into your medical room.
Well, if we had any medicine, I would seriously consider doing that.
So instead, at the moment, it's just a gas therapy room.
Well, you know...
Oh, that reminds me. Today, the executive board of my employer met.
They did?
And I got to enjoy being in that room after they were done. And I realised they've now installed drink dispensers down there.
They have?
Oh, you wouldn't believe how many cups of water I had. Like at least 11.
Right, how are we doing for food? 9. Okay.
Why are both of those down there greyed out? Is it supposed to look like this?
It means that we haven't got any mush fries. But mush fries are being made. So I think probably what I need to do is to put somebody else's priorities on cooking.
Get your grubby hands off the cooking. Okay, I'm fine with him doing it.
Yeah, we'll get NPC also doing cooking, I think. Just so that I think we're at the point where we definitely need 2 people now. Now we've got 8 people here. Okay, right. Medbay's coming on nicely.
Oh yeah, I was about to say earlier, one of the cottages, the holiday cottages that Sal was looking at, literally looked like it belonged into the intro of a 90s tally sitcom.
Yeah, it did.
And I can already mentally
Neighbours.
hear Nidd Lane starting to play in my head.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. Let's get potato mastered that. I want to get potato over here now. He can go back to learning how to be a plumber once all of these are done. Right, what priority have I got on the egg cracker? I'll just knock that up a notch as well. Okay. Now that we've got somewhere for all of this to go, I think we'll just auto that door and crack open the first bit.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Yeah, it'll fall down here. This is almost a vacuum.
All right.
It doesn't. I'm quite happy if we get.
But isn't there some
little bit of-
sickness up there?
Huh?
Isn't there a large amount
No.
of sickness up
This
there?
is chlorine, and chlorine actually kills the germs.
Oh yeah.
So-
Where was that large
Yeah.
amalgamation of death?
That's
Germs.
here.
Oh yeah, right. Ooh, very toxic. Lovely. Potato says that a multi-point of view video log from the people going to the Nidd would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bell also says that the
Making
White
its way
House,
down.
from the picture I posted, looks okay, but the red one in the background, on the other hand, is so British. While Potato, on the other hand, thinks that this looks more like one of those haunted rustic homes that has people dying one by one. Well, both options would probably make for an entertaining video to watch on the internet.
I suppose. Alright, so let me think how I want to do this.
Can we domesticate those weird dragon things?
Yeah, we can.
What would they do for us?
They can give us... What's... Oh, we must just be cleaning up, I guess. We can shear them for things like plastic.
Oh.
But right at the moment, I am far more interested in getting my power room set up. So...
Tammy likes that house. It looks nice.
Let's see, so I want to... So we've got... The ladder will go there, then I want to leave...
The fascinating thing about this is that it's actually cheaper to rent an entire house rather than a few hotel rooms.
Yep, absolutely.
Only drawback is that we'd have to do the cooking ourselves, which basically means I'd be a full-time employed cook. And designated sober person, I suppose.
Yeah, that's like plausible.
I'm like a designated driver for the lives of 8 people. As in literally their lives, not just...
Yeah, we call him Mum. He's going to be the Nidd Mum. Let's see, door, then I want to put some transformers in there, I think. Do I need...
Do Drecos need a chloroform environment? No, chlorine environment to survive?
Now that I'm not sure of.
Because I don't think I've seen them in any other environment. Maybe that's just where they spawn.
I do need some... I need to make some more metal.
But also says that it's not really a big surprise. Hotels are built on the premise of separating people of their money in as large amounts as possible. Yeah, but I would assume that renting something with a lot more floor space would cost more.
Yeah, you can get quite a lot of bed space, floor space for the price of a hotel. Like a huge amount more. It's not just a little bit. It's like
3 more rooms and an entire floor underneath.
yeah, like the whole getting a house is a lot cheaper than renting a room for a night in a hotel. Okay, so then I would want the... Have I got enough for one?
Bell also points out that it's not the floor space that's expensive, it's the other services, meals, room cleanup, etc.
Was I making this out of? Sandstone? No, I think I'll make it out of something else. Igneous rock. So that would leave me enough room for a second thingy if I need it.
Are you sure? Don't you still need to add the door space? Oh no, I mean
2 transformers. I'm just sort of trying to plan ahead and thinking, well, if I needed, because I need 1 per circuit, and I don't know where I might need additional circuits yet. So if I allow space for 2, that would make life easier in the future. So if I was to put in 2 transformers, then I'm going to need space for the cable, a heavy watt wire, to travel through the floors.
Well, also is asking about the new duplicants that are currently stuck in the gate. If I remember correctly, there was a good duplicant in there, but she wasn't ready to accept them in the base yet, so she just kept them there until she's ready to have them.
Yeah, so I'll put that there. Right. So now if we go for some heavy watts.
Now, in the meantime, one of the holiday homes, or cottages, or whatever have you call them, that we looked at belonged to someone called Uncle Tom. And he had a coin-operated electricity socket.
Mm-hmm.
So to get electricity in his cottage, you'd have to throw a coin in. So that was nice. Thanks, Tom.
Or shall I run it across the ceiling so that if I need to put in... Yeah, that makes more sense. And then if I need a second one, I can bring it through there. I think that's probably the best idea.
Why we need run it? Why aren't we running it through the floor?
Oh, you can't run a heavy watt cable through floors.
Oh.
So, and I'm just planning on having a vertical cable that runs up and down through here. Oh, the only thing is, I've planned this for where my Jeffries tubes are.
Oh.
Which doesn't really fit.
A 2!
Let's see. Oh, I could move it all up to here.
Oh no, actually I'm
So
worried
that'd
that
be-
people will vote for 3. Potato's trying to draw a Salgos, and he has options between 1, 2, and 3. 1 is a normal person floating a bit. 2 is, like a genie, a djinn, or whatever have you, doing that wiggly legs mermaid thing. And 3 is a guy in trousers and heavy boots, wearing a sheet and an oversized Sal wig.
Okay, let's cancel that.
Bell also says that this reminds him of an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. Old Scotty crashed with his ship decades ago and had to survive and wait for rescue. So he put himself into transporter suspension, as in he dematerialized without rematerializing. He survived for decades without aging, without really existing. Much like those duplicants.
Yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. Mm-hmm. Right, let's get that transformer in again. So you would go there.
Hold up.
What?
Aren't the Jeffrey tubes one lower?
Yeah.
As in, shouldn't they only be 2 blocks high? At the moment, they're 3.
Oh, balls. How did I manage that?
You measured it at the height of the generator, which is 3 blocks high.
Oh,
Today
dear
really
me.
isn't your day.
No,
Oh, no,
I'm
no.
all overexcited. It's my problem, I think.
Because of the mid-meetup?
Yeah.
A mid-meetup. Oh, for crying out loud. Well, I can understand where the excitement is coming from, but it'll still be a while. We haven't actually determined the strict date yet. We have a rough time frame, but nothing concrete has been made available yet, given due to the fact that people still need to find out if there's actually planes on those days.
Yeah.
Cuff, cuff.
Sorry, I've got a tickle in my throat.
I know.
Right. Power goes there. Power transformer goes here. Then heavy watt wire goes. We've got master jobs and everything. Let me just sort out the jobs so that people aren't not doing something useful. Right.
You should probably send another NPC to the cooking position so he can help me more properly.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, we'll get another NPC doing that. Now, Spotted Cow, I think has already done digging. Yep, Spotted Cow's done that. Mastered that. Now, I do want everybody to master being a general engineer as well, because then that way everyone will be able to qualify for it as an exosuit engineer. But Spotted Cow's going to be a farmhand eventually, I think. Just see. Seem to remember Spotted Cow was going to be our farmer.
Yeah, so we should send him into farming.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Congratulations, you've done it.
Oh, hats. Hats.
Hats. Well, I've seen that hat before. In the meantime, Tammy says bless you.
Thank you.
And Potato wants to know, what's the saltiest you've ever gotten at work, your current job, if you're allowed to talk about it legally speaking?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
It was not at the place where I work now, but at a previous employer. I got really very annoyed with somebody who I felt was trying to pick on a member of my staff while I wasn't there, and specifically because I wasn't there. And so I went a bit ballistic at them.
We're suffering from another food shortage.
Well, you best get cooking, Mia.
I'm wondering if it's more of a supply of cooking material issue.
I don't think we can dig this yet. No, we can't.
Yeah.
That was why I was building it lower, wasn't it?
Why can't we dig this yet?
Because we need to be better trained at digging. Imagine
Well,
we only need to be a miner.
Hold up, it would still fit.
I can go be a miner. Because I'm trained as an apprentice miner, so if I go take a mining job, then I can dig this then. Yeah, that would solve that problem fine.
Well, alright. But isn't this right in the middle of the outbreak area?
No, it's lower. And this is chlorine, so it'll stop anything nasty from coming through.
Potato now has a follow-up question. In light of you going ballistic, where's the body?
I generally don't find that I need to get physically violent with people. they're usually...
She just stares them to death.
I usually find that a good telling off suffices. I'm gonna have to destroy that.
That fella over there is going to take a tumble. Never mind, he already did.
So you were talking about supply of materials. We do have a problem that we're just using dirt and water. And the dirt is stored, ways away and stuff. So, yeah, that could be a bit of a problem. Right, need to set some new research going. And we might as well just start working our way through the list now.
How about we research some medical research and healthcare?
We could do...
I mean, you were building a medical room.
Yeah, I've got that sorted. I suppose the hand sanitizer, actually, we might use reasonably soon.
It also says that you just admitted you're all bark but no bite. Just wait until someone calls your bluff.
Now.
I like the red beam. It's nice.
You like the what?
The red beam.
The red beam.
Yes, of your mining laser.
Oh, I see. Okay. Now, nobody else is going to be able to do much about that, so I think what I'll do is extend this. So I've got one space and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Another space and a door. And a gap. Let's put a door there so I remember it. And then I can run another ladder. And that will let out hydrogen, but the hydrogen should just go... mind you, it will go up that way to start with, unless I cut through this way. All right.
What's the saltiest I've ever gotten at work? Well, there was that one time where I was working as a mail delivery driver. And for some reason, the mail distribution center just randomly decided to keep on adding tasks to my work list that weren't really part of my assigned job. I was there to load a truck and then to take the truck full of mail and send it out and bring back another full truck of mail from organizations and companies in the surrounding area that want to send stuff. Simple things. But for some reason the new manager of the mail distribution center decided that the mail drivers can also just organize the pallets and carry everything out from the mail center to the outside after they've sorted through the pallets. Which was, okay, I'll survive. I'll just quickly order the boxes. I can put them together in the way I like them anyway, that way better. And then I just use one of those forklift thingies and pull it out. But it really pulled the lift off when they decided that they ran out of room for some reason in the main hall, and they just decided to stash everything in a tiny, tiny mailroom. And not even in easily carryable boxes, no, they just tossed it in there, empty like this. And then I was supposed to go in there, sort through the mail, and then drag everything out by hand on another pallet standing out by the door and carrying that over. And that was, I was under time pressure. I didn't have the time to do that sort of sorting. That's what they had employees for. And I might have shouted at the woman a bit for that.
Got a feeling, I can't get across there because I can't jump diagonally up.
Not
I need to
yet,
get rid of that block there.
But also points out that we need another story. Apparently I just accidentally told one about me getting salty. Also, Potato drew Sal using her bark to terrify people.
Well, usually in a work environment, it's not considered appropriate to get violent with people.
Who's that guy currently mining up in the left corner? Is that
What?
Sal?
That's me.
Oh, that's
Oh,
you.
it's Sal.
Yeah, that's what I told you. Sal just had to applaud himself in front of the airlock because somebody invented something and let like a whole batch of chlorine into the air. Well done,
That's
Sal.
it. No, there's no harm in having a little bit of chlorine in here because
It's
it
not-
will kill the germs.
Yeah, it will kill us too.
Not.
Whose side are you
it's
on?
no more deadly than the carbon dioxide.
But also finds it unbelievable that I would get angry and shout at someone. Yeah, it's shocking. I wouldn't want to imagine what it sounds like if someone like Apple or Anubis would be worse, getting really angry and shouting at someone, but I'm sure it has happened before. Unfortunately, that my story does not have a heroic end. In the end, they were told off by my boss to still assign that to proper personnel that they employ directly, but I was still made to apologize to that woman for shouting at her. I guess it's only fair. I wasn't supposed to do that. I could have just calmly explained to her that this does not fall under my list of tasks. Oh well. Potato says Sal's glare can turn people into stone.
My glare can certainly get things done.
On a side note, say hello to Joshua Buck,
Hello, Joshua.
who says, "How are you guys?"
Ooh,
Specifically, the quote-unquote beautiful people in chat.
Oops.
Sal was about to tell everyone that she's good.
I'm good.
Very good, even. Euphorically good. Primarily because, as you might not know yet, we have uncovered Anubis again. In an archaeological dig somewhere in Canada, I suppose. Oh, that's a great joke. I have to use that on Anubis.
Do you know that
I
was
find it
something-
sensible that you reroute the cables so it doesn't actually go through the ranch, so the hatches can't chew on it.
Well, the risk I'm going to take is because I want to lay the cable here, but that means I've got to get in here.
You do? Oh no. Why would you do this? Can't you lay it from the other side?
That would mean coming down here.
No, I mean ladders from underneath. Just place a few ladders in there.
We'll be all right.
Are you mad?
See, as long as I don't actually dig out any germ-ridden blocks.
Oh, well.
See, that one's okay, and so's that one. Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, everyone, Sal's finally going to kill us all.
I'm
In the
not.
meantime-
Nobody's gonna die.
In the meantime, Bell also says he can totally see Apple cussing someone out. He was constantly swearing during the Nidd Space Engineer whitelist episodes. But yeah, Anubis is just so nice that it would be a real shock if he were to suddenly explode in anger. Well, you see, the difference is Apple might have been offensively loud-mouthed the entire time, but there is a difference between him just joking around and genuinely becoming angry and drill instructor-like shouty. That was the thing I was worried about the most, seeing how he was working as a drill instructor, as far as I know. And I couldn't imagine him being,
Shouty.
so overtly aggressive. Potato's trying to put into context how busy Anubis is. Both Potato and Anubis live in the exact same city, and yet they've never went out for coffee or tea. I thought in Canada you just drink pure maple syrup directly from the tree.
Do you think do I risk taking out the outhouses and wash basins so that I can build another farm?
Yes, you do, because you've got the one emergency outhouse in the med bay.
People won't use that unless I was to remove the med bays.
Are you sure? Can't you just
But I could
unassign the room, or you could just remove one of the doors?
Oh, do you know what I should do? Because I've got 3 people per shift, I should put 3 showers in.
Hold on now. Spotted Cow points out that it's going to die soon and says woohoo. Joshua Buck reminds us all of Sal's last words, everything will be fine. And Bell also is asking, he was a drill instructor? Wasn't he with the medical corps? I don't actually know who he was with exactly. I just remember him talking about instructing people.
Yeah, I think he was with the medical corps as well, at least at one point. But then at another point I thought he was something to do with tanks.
You need a tank as a medical officer. You just shoot the syringes at your friends and family. Tammy points out that despite every one of us soon dying of a horrible disease outbreak, all the workers should still be singing "Everything is awesome." But also is not. He refuses to sing.
That, then.
Tammy suggests he could at the very least hum it. Potato points out that since the colony now has showers, they get to be naked. Also, Alfie believes that I have learned my medical lessons from Team Fortress 2 and the medic they're in. There you go. Yes. I believe it is quite efficient. Either you hurt the people you don't like a whole lot, or you hurt your friends and teammates, but still cure them. Somehow.
Curing your teammates is good, I believe.
Yes, it doesn't matter who you hit with your syringes, you just need to hit someone. It's a game thing. You wouldn't understand. Because you haven't played that yet. Oh no, hold on, you did play that at one point, but you were just...
TF2?
Yes, but you were just
TF2.
the heavy.
Yeah, I play the heavy. Right, let's get some more research going. Fossil fuels, we are going to want to do plastics manufacturing once we've got power set up. That'll be
I
our
thought we're
next
just
thing.
scraping that off the Dreco.
It's not that easy to do to get it off a Dreco. It's actually easier to just mine
Make
down
it.
and get it, yeah.
Fine. Bill also says that we shower like proper people with our clothes on. And the spotted cow just got always look on the bright side of life in its brain. I should stop singing. People told me it sounds horrible. Also, Bill also points out that I just called Sal heavy.
Yeah, he did.
He sees a drastic rent raise in his future. No, she's just going to use that as a story to tell to her colleagues. I mean, she's done it before when she was trying to crush her phone.
What have I said these guys can eat?
Potato has a valid concern.
What's that?
Your duplicants can't reach the cable above the airlock.
The cable above the airlock. Oh, yeah, so they can't. We can fix that. Right, feeding all of the meal lice to the critters. Which is okay. That's
if you
giving us
remove the
coal.
door of the medical bay, would the duplicants be able to use the toilet in there again? Because it would be unassigned as a room.
Yes, I think you're right, because it wouldn't be a room, so it would just be a normal toilet then.
So you could remove
so
these.
I could. Yeah.
We just need to keep in mind that there's an emergency protocol about ripping the door out of the wall if people are dying of constipation.
Right, can they?
I love that water dispenser. I just said that too. You're just leaving me. Thank you. It shocks me how people don't share my enthusiasm for water dispensers. Apparently sleeping made me level up.
Indeed. Let's see, so now you've done that, what have you learnt to do? You've done gophering, yep. Have you done general engineering? No. You've done research, yes. And groundskeeping, so groundskeeping has given you more strength. Right, let's put you into general engineering.
I'm glad that it doesn't wake me up to go fetch a new hat.
Oh, do you want to see your engineer's hat?
I know what the engineer's hat looks like.
Yeah, but do you want to see yourself in an engineer's hat?
I'm not sure. I'm not happy with my layer bands. Where am I?
You're still in bed.
Oh, how dare you! Why would you not let me get up already?
You're on the late schedule. And look, we're out of food again. Maybe I need to put more than one person on. You're very happy with your new hat.
I know, I'm happy with almost any hats. A spotted cow's giving me some salt, because I haven't had enough salt today already. I've now collected 423 grams of salt. I have to suddenly realize that people have given me salt 423 times. That's a lot of amount of salt.
So, Cell has mastered research assistant. So we'll move Cell into being a groundskeeper.
Potato's wondering if I've ever used my German to escape talking to people, and has it ever failed me? If people on the street are begging for money, I usually try to retort in angry German, something along the lines of "Es tut mir leid, ich habe kein Geld für Sie. Gehen Sie weg!" And it usually works very well. The one time it didn't work was when I was trying to talk to my co-worker, who apparently, for some unfortunate reason, spent some time in Germany and can speak German rather well. Well, I say rather well, comparatively rather well in comparison to most other British people.
You talking about me?
No, I'm talking about my co-worker who eats soup.
Yeah.
And then tells me how good the potato soup around the corner is, and then she eats very loudly.
Yeah, yeah.
It's infuriating, and I hate it. It's surely driving me mad. But it's alright, I'm not allowed to hate on my colleagues. I think my boss forbids it.
I do restrict people like hating on each other. Ooh. Nice.
Nice.
It's very nice because we'll be able to use some of this cold water to help keep our power room cool. We'll just let it slowly melt and drip down into here.
Tammy has done that thing before with sign language, as in using sign language to get out of talking with someone. I appreciate that. Very well done. Although that begs the question, why did you learn sign language? Out of genuine curiosity. Do you need it yourself? But also finds it funny that even when I'm shouting at someone, I'm still polite and say I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mia is very polite. I need to put in place... I'd forgotten about the battery.
Yeah, but also has a similar question. Tammy knows sign language, but is not actually deaf. Also, Potato makes a note to himself. If he's ever around me, he should never eat Raymonds. Squiggly noodles around me. Should we put the smart battery down into the cherry tube? Don't they have a tendency of heating up and blowing up?
No, they'll be alright.
Did they fix that?
I guess so, because it's not a problem.
I have to admit, I'm generally not a fan of having people eat around me, especially when I'm not eating myself. It's oddly enough alright if I'm eating in company, like for example in a restaurant, but it's really annoying when other people are just around me eating. Especially if it's something like crisps, really noisy.
Yeah, some people are just really, really noisy eaters, though. Yeah, this particular person.
Oh, ramen.
I agree.
I had no idea that you pronounce ramen like ramen.
What? Ramen.
Ramen.
Ramen. Yeah.
Fensterramen. I'm unhappy with British culture of window. What do you call the stuff of the window around the glass?
What?
You know how you have a window and there's a glass pane in the middle?
Yeah?
What do you call the stuff that's holding the glass pane in place of the window? A bit that's openable and pushed out at...
Frame?
Frame! I should have known that word. I'm unhappy with how British people... I am unhappy with the British version of window frames. They're also inefficient and flimsy. It kind of reminds me of an old home in Germany. I suppose more modern buildings around here in Britain are probably a lot better, but a lot of the places I've been to use these very outdated, horrible window frames. They annoy me. But also admits that he was struggling with the term frame just now too. Also, Tammy had a friend that was an interpreter for the deaf. Also was a class that was offered when she was in school.
Ah.
Very admirable. Do you talk with deaf people a lot? Or is it just something you learned at some point and now it sticks around? Like the French. Sorry, the language French. Not necessarily the French.
Right. Another NPC's up nice and early.
Potato's a loud drinker, he can't help it. It's okay when you drink, I'll survive that, but please don't slurp your soup. So unless you drink your bloody Coke with a spoon.
Well, what annoys me most about how noisy Anita she is that she answers the phone with a mouthful, and then will carry on eating while she's talking. Oh, it's
God.
like
I haven't witnessed it yet because I'm trying to ignore her when she's doing it. But if that's the case, I'm going to have a heart attack the next time she does it.
I do have to keep reminding myself. It's like, right, I'm not a school teacher. I'm not a mother.
I am a school teacher. I'm going to be a mother
tell her how
soon.
to be.
For the record, for those joining us just now, I'm going to keep the household running in our holiday cottage when the Nidd is going to meet, which automatically earns me the title mother. I am not literally going to become a biological mother now. Where was I?
Could bring somebody else in just to be a cook. How did we have anyone who was a potential cook? Oh, have these changed? I think these might have changed.
Oh, the spotted cow points out that Sal won't let Mir hate the slurping potato soup person, but a lady can hate Mir for saying hold your horses.
Exactly, yeah,
it's all just discrimination. It's against the new guy.
He's fine to be annoyed by
she
his
is going
co-worker.
to slurp like a banshee if I say hold your horses.
And I tell her to stop picking on Mir.
You haven't told her that.
I've told her...
Not when I was around, at least.
I've told her that she's not your mum. She's not allowed to tell you what to do. And I've told her that you are allowed to speak German in the office when she said, stop speaking German. And I said, no. He's allowed to speak German.
But she's usually the one who engages talking
I know.
in German by asking me something.
She picks her moments.
She doesn't like Bantersport. It was very disheartening to me.
Doesn't want to be a cook, but would actually make a good cook.
Oh, why we're picking out duplicates? I didn't notice. I was busy. I
was just thinking that it would be worth taking on a new duplicate just to be a cook.
I see. You're replacing me.
No. I'm giving you a team. But I don't think any of those guys are good enough. I think we need more cooks. And actually, it'll probably help once we've got the place wired up, because at the moment NPC is spending some time running on the wheel.
Right. Sal, you have been in the Americas before.
I have.
What's a Georgian sash?
Oh, a Georgian sash. Well, that's a European... Well, at least it must be British, actually, because it's named after King George. And it's where the window slides vertically upwards. It's an old-fashioned style.
Ah, that. I thought it was a food.
And it's on kind of a rope and pulley system.
I guess. No, I don't like these windows either.
Mia likes ones that are...
Nice, modern, vacuum sealable.
Vacuum sealed, yeah, that are energy efficient. And keep the condensation out and such good things like that.
If I would be allowed to, I would have already ripped out the door and replaced it with a proper one. Potatoes grumbling, those damn French Canadians. And Tammy just wanted to learn sign language. Lovely.
Okay, right, everything? Oh, we're not quite wired up.
Alfie's asking what's wrong with this, Mir. A whole lot. It's not vacuum seal for a start.
And they're actually really, really easy to break into.
Sal would know.
Yeah, that was trained.
Well, to change the topic, Potato thought Sal was about to say that the soup lady picks her nose instead of picks her moments. She probably does too. Am I hating too much on her already?
No, I've told you it's perfectly fine to be unhappy with her unreasonable behaviour, because I think it is.
The spotted cow just applauded the door again.
Well, Spotted Cow's just really happy with life.
Yeah, but the door doesn't need to be applauded on, especially if it's letting chlorine into the base.
It's fine to have a little bit of chlorine in the base. Oh, we could have another one, you know.
Alfie points out that most types of windows are easy to break into because they're made of glass.
I mean break into silently.
Belorsa was about to tell us a story about Windows himself, but apparently the fact that I was waiting for him to post it made him worry that nobody wants to hear it.
Oh.
Again, I was waiting for you to post it so I can then actually tell it, but I guess let me go back and just say Belorsa has a story about old Windows. I guess he might tell us at some point.
One of the hatches will eat igneous
Oh
rock.
God!
What?
Potato's suggesting that when I'm not around, the potato soup lady. Oh no, is she related to Potato? Picks her nose and wipes it under my desk. And on a slightly happier note, the Spotted Cow believes that those Georgian sash windows are like guillotines in disguise. That's definitely happier than the booger thing.
How are our critters doing? Happy? Expecting? Fine. Good, good, good. Doing a good job of ranching there. Which is turning out... Now, sage. Have I got things that sage hatchlings can eat? Meal... So they only eat... Oh no, they eat polluted dirt.
They also eat normal dirt further up, if I saw that correctly.
Yeah, but we're eating the normal dirt at the moment, so I don't really want to feed that to them.
Potato's suggesting that I should check under my desk the next time around. Actually, I've been under my desk quite a lot lately.
It's true. He's been a bit of a desk bunny. Right, are we all wired up here? Smart
Alfie
battery?
says that Belorsa should speak up as long as it's not a Windows 95 story. Well, you heard the man.
Let's check the power situation. Are we all wired up? Yep. And are we automated? Yep. Okay, we can switch this on now.
I can already see this going wrong.
Why?
I'm not sure yet, but it'll happen somehow. Potato points out that given how long Belorsa's story is, he should try and keep it under 250 characters, or otherwise he might risk it not sending.
Yeah, that's always annoying when you write a long story and it doesn't actually send.
We've seen it happen before with Blazing Gale and or Elf, if I remember correctly. Now, in the meantime, to spur a bit of a conversation, since we now have the option to actually get Anubis to play a game on camera again, is there a strong preference for anything we should serve up to him? Also, that goes as a general question. Are there requests for games we should be streaming and or recording during this Nidd meetup?
Yeah, because we will be making sure that we've got somewhere that's got Wi-Fi so we can still stream. And
we'll try to aim to play something that isn't just mini Metro on a telly.
oh, that was my favourite game that we played there. I did enjoy playing
It baffled me that none of you had heard of it before.
Mini Metro.
Specifically Anubis. Or you.
Yeah, no, I hadn't heard of it until you showed me.
I mean, you're working... Never mind.
Right, let's do a bit of work
Bell
around
also
the base.
says that he knows how to break up a message into multiple messages. Now stop interrupting him! Also, Bell also would like Sal to stream more Jurassic Park, primarily because she has to see her psychiatrist more often. Alfie is poking Bell also and asking, are you done yet? The Spotted Cow is asking Mini what? Mini Metro. Hold on, let me type it out for you. Mini Metro. It's where you design a metro system in the style of those typical metro maps. What's that called again?
What, like the tube system in London?
For example,
or
that style of
metro
map.
system in Paris?
That style of map. How
Schematic style of map?
it has
What's
a specific
that?
name. You've done it now. It seems to be stuck in the floor.
Twitching. Oh!
How did she
It's
get
not
a
happy,
Draco?
is it?
How did she get a Draco in there?
I'm not sure, but... Well, we've only got one battery and one thing. It's there till it's dead, I'm afraid.
Can we salvage it?
Or until we can... Oh, hang on. Right, we're out of eggs. Back to the mush fries.
Tammy says it doesn't matter what you'll play, she'll watch it anyway, ready to say ew at a moment's notice. Alfie was thinking that I was talking about the Mini Metro car. What's the Mini Metro car?
It was like a Fiesta, but it was called a Metro.
Oh, for crying out loud, it looks like a Fiesta too.
Yeah.
Is it the British version of a Fiesta?
Well, as much as a Fiesta was a British car, too. Well, at least we
guess.
made the Fiestas for Britain in Britain. We make the Metros in Britain too.
Fair point.
But Ford, I suppose, they're an American company, whereas it was Austin.
Austin Metro.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Austin who first made the Metro, I think.
Well, I shan't look at it, otherwise I might feel inclined to own a car again. And that is just a recipe for disaster in this country.
Yeah, we're not best set up for it, are we? I mean, well, where we're living as well.
No, in general. You seem to have got the wrong side of the road in. All around the country. It's very confusing.
How are we doing for power on that? Okay. So we should be a bit better off for food now that this wheel won't need running on. I'm going to turn that down. So the chances are if we run out of electricity it's because the generator needs stocking rather than the wheel needs running. Right, I should disable it. Okay. And now I'm going to build another farm down here.
The original Austin was made by Leyland, but called it the Austin Metro. Rover
British Leyland, yeah.
Rover
Right.
rebadged it a Mini Metro when they bought out Leyland. Potato, in the meantime, is asking how Belorsa's story is coming along. So here's part one. When Bell also was studying, or trying to, he kind of dropped out, he was renting a flat with really old windows on the second floor. The owner of the building one day told him that he was going to start replacing those, but never told him when exactly. So one day, when he had classes only later in the day and could technically sleep in, he was woken up by the sound of people erecting a construction framework and walking around in front of his bedroom window.
I had something similar happen when I was having the roof tiles replaced on my house, and
Sal's house in the middle of the street.
I'm trying to remember how. Oh, I was having the house rewired at the same time. I was having a lot of refurb work done, and so there was no light fitting in the bedroom. You could see straight through to the attic. And the roofing people came round before I'd actually got out of bed. And I was looking up at the ceiling. And through the hole in the ceiling where the light fitting normally is, daylight started coming through because they were taking the roof tiles off. And then I just looked and I saw a face looking at me. And I was like, hi.
Imagine if that had happened to you while you were high. Yeah, the trick is to invite people into your bedroom so they can rip out the window from the inside.
Alright, let's see. This will definitely be more oxygen than carbon dioxide, I think, so I'll leave this open to the air.
Addendum, the roof tiles on Bert Orso's flat's house were also redone during his stay there. And guess whose apartment they had to go through to get to the roof? Potatoes, hoping that hopefully anyone involved in these stories at the moment were dressed. But also says he was kinda. What are you trying to imply? Are you not wearing your sleeping suit?
I was wearing a duvet.
That's not clothing! That's a functional item of the bed! Oh, God.
Just realised I don't actually have any switch off here. Usually I put the vent low enough that it will get flooded before the spillage. I didn't do that here.
Well done.
Right.
And you put a water sensor or something at the top that automatically switches it off.
Let's have a look. What's that?
Do we have enough beds for the new person?
No, I don't. None of those three could dig. I don't like getting people who can't dig because there's always a risk that they'll fall into a hole and not be able to dig themselves out.
Alfie is asking sleeping suit, does nudity count? But also says, no, that's the birthday suit. I'm not very happy with either of you right now.
Let's have a look at the germs here.
Tammy, one time, came out of the bathroom and found one of the apartment maintenance workers in her living room.
Oh dear.
Ugh. Potato confirms my concerns by pointing out that that's not clothes, Sal, that's bedding.
You know.
And Alfie seems to be celebrating his birthday on a daily basis then. Very unhappy with you, all of you.
Now I can dig through here. I can. I need to get my other water tank built. Because at the moment, these, like all of the polluted water around the place should be coming from, when it's in bottles, it's coming out of the algae terrarium now. And that will have no germs in. So I want that to be tipped into a separate tank somewhere up here that we can just drop into the clean water tank through a refiner.
Alfie claims that he gets too warm in bed. He can't be wearing pajamas. Well, you just have to live through it. You have to consider what's more important, your comfort or common decency.
And Mia's got very clear views on these things.
You'd rather die than become commonly indecent. Is my personal recommendation. Of course, you don't have to listen to me, is what Sal wants me to say.
Oh yeah, that's getting low actually. And part of the reason why I wanted to get this set up now was so that I could I had the power over here available. So yes, it's time I took care of that.
Can we do something with the ice biome to the left? Turn that somehow into water?
Yeah, it's not a fast and reliable way. Whereas this is a way of turning our additional water that we generate through going to the toilet into clean, eatable water. Right. All I would need then is a tank up here.
Alfie points out that if he wears pajamas, he makes a good hot water bottle. Tammy points out that this is too much information. And yes, Peloso, you're right. The
What's
fact that I
Peloso
acknowledged
right
it
about?
makes it graceful. Nothing, Sal.
Oh, okay.
An old landlord of the Spotted Cow was one day standing looking into the Spotted Cow's living room window, and an old girlfriend, I assume, was walking in from the bedroom. Oh, I should have pre-read that story. This is not going well.
This is not going to a place that you're comfortable with, is it, Mia?
Point in case being it ended with a scream, and the Spotted Cow moved out into the fields next week.
Now, where shall I
Crying
build
out
this? I
loud.
can't get it.
Chat, stop it. Don't make me purge you.
Is chat upsetting you, Mia?
Yes.
Oh, they're mean.
Well, no, they're not mean. They're just talking about topics that the chat censor disapproves of. So you shall not be made aware of Potato's bird bed rituals.
Oops. So, thinking putting a tank kind of here.
Tammy promises me that she'll stop.
Yeah, but Tammy's the nice one.
Yeah, I know. Now I feel bad.
She's
She's taking a bullet for the chat team, and now I feel bad. Look what you made me do! You made me shoot Tammy! You should all feel horrible except for Tammy. She's apparently already taken the bullet. Obviously.
Alright, hang on, let me think. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I suppose I only need a tiny little tank, really.
What's wrong with the tank down there, then?
Well, I need somewhere where we can just drop in the clean, polluted water so that I can filter it and drop it into here.
Oh, that way around.
But it's a case of I've got to find somewhere where I can fit the tank and the equipment. But what I could do is if I put some mesh tiles on top, I would need a ladder down. I could fit it here. That wouldn't be terribly bad.
Potato feels sorry for me in that case, because when I'll become the mother at the Nidd, I have to somehow make sure that everyone stays PG and remains fully dressed while they're all getting drunk.
We were reasonably good at staying fully dressed, I seem to remember, whilst being drunk.
Well, yeah, but you weren't under the influence of Boris and Minty combined.
You got a point.
And if you just add Apple to the mix, this is becoming explosive. Yeah, Potato says, having to deal with Boris and Minty, that job has been set to hard mode.
Right, I'm gonna need to, because I'm working in a small space here. I'm thinking, oh, it's under automation, isn't it? I'm gonna need a hydro sensor. Oh, mind you, this is only gonna be hand-filled, at least in the short term, so...
We should probably put the hydro sensor downstairs into the other water tank.
What, here?
No, further down.
That one?
Yes.
That's alright. I'll worry about that when we start getting a bit higher. Let's connect it up before I forget though. And I need some power.
Potato's suggesting that I should bring a cattle prod, and before everyone starts drinking, say that if anyone tries to undress, they get zapped. Problem is, I'm pretty sure Boris and Minty would already start drinking on the flight, and Sal would probably be drunk before we arrive at the cabin. The only person who would remain sober would be the designated driver for the start. So that's not really someone I can zap either.
Okay, white is in, green is out. Let's get it the right way around this time.
The spotted cow points out to you, Sal, that Mia's going to need 3 weeks of paid leave after the meetup. Can I have that?
Ooh.
Was that a yes?
Hang on, no, I just had an idea.
Ugh.
If I do this the other way round, and then do the pump here, and the put the sensor in. And then put in the mesh tiles. Then I can definitely put in the water sieve.
I'll also just told you you've got it the wrong way around.
That way round, like that.
I don't know.
What I'm trying to take care of is this little bit of slime here, because it's got a million germs in it. So I've got to make sure that we don't get too close to this. See, that gives us plenty of room then. So then I'll be able to... Well, I'm happy that I'm definitely going to want that lot building so they can get on with it. So we're going to pump it out and into there. We're then going to pump the clean water out. And into there and disconnect that pipe because that's just a bit of legacy pipe.
Right.
Now, power.
But also reminds you that... hold on. I lost the message. Green is in and white is out. Don't forget, Sal. Potato's suggesting that if anyone undresses beyond base layer of decency, of decently dressed, they get zapped where they first expose. So if they expose their stomach, zap their stomach. If they show their butt, zap that. I feel like you're approaching this the wrong way. I should just get some shock collars, apply them to each and every one of them, and just give them periodic shocks. If the quota of decently dressed people sinks too low, you know, punish the group as a whole. That way they'll either learn to watch out for each other and get everyone dressed properly, or they'll start an uprising against me and overthrow me.
Oh, in case anybody doesn't know, when you've got this slider on the battery recharge threshold on your generator, it's when they refill it with coal. So if the battery is less than 70%, then they'll make sure that it's full of coal. Probably don't need it quite that high. Yeah, there at least. Because we can run down a battery really quickly. Okay. Now
I feel like you're dangerously close to a deadly outbreak of disease.
Yeah, we are quite close. That's why I just want to take a bit of care around here. And why I was trying to squeeze everything into such a tiny, tiny small space.
I think Tammy wants to know what I'd do if they stick their tongues out. Spotted Cow suggesting double shock.
Might as well allow for easy transit between there and there, I suppose.
Do you think it would be sensible to talk about the story with the company fun bus?
Oh, my fun bus. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not the company I work for now, it's the company I worked for in the past.
Yeah, but those are the best stories to tell them. Because otherwise the current company might... come after you. Well, go ahead, tell the story, unless you've got
I can't. I'm focusing on what I'm doing, but you can tell the story.
I can't. I don't remember it. Sal, you should go take a drink. No, drink.
Maybe I've already had one.
Your lack of drinking disappoints me.
Okay, soon as I've got... right, I'm going to switch that off now. So that we can't tip the polluted water into there anymore.
Potato's suggesting that I do a lot of zapping people. By maximaler Leistung, says Potato. And another note, the Spotted Cow wants to know if we've planned more for the Scooby-Doo road trip yet.
Oh, yeah. Well, our Nidd trip's going to be a bit of a Scooby-Doo
Are you not going to dress up as a monster and then have us mask you? Just so we have an adventure. I thought you were going to dress up as the dog.
Yeah, I want to be the dog.
Well, then we'd need to have somebody else dress up as the old man, pretending to be a monster.
Now, I am connecting far too much to this one circuit. But that research station. So that gives us 60. We wouldn't use both of those at the same time, so that gives me 240 back. So that's 300. So I can safely go 300 over. What are we on at the moment? Yeah, 960. What are you? Doesn't tell me.
Yes.
Because it's not built. Got a feeling. Oh, look at that. It's 360. So there's nothing else on here, is there? That
Potato's planning on salvaging his hard drive so he can finish that Scooby-Doo drawing. Then again, but also suggesting that Potato could use this chance to pay retribution and redo that entire thing from scratch, so the people who are actually female can be played by female characters. Potato finds it amusing to have Sal dress up as a dog. And me as another tinier dog. No, stop it! I don't want to be Scrappy Doo. He was the worst
you
one.
won't be Scrappy Doo, me.
What?
You're Thelma. You're the smart one who comes up with all the sensible ideas.
I'd be alright with being Daphne too. Stop the bloody
Daphne.
dog! Well, she did like her clothes and hair.
It's true. What it could do is move that down here and have this run only off that.
Tammy thinks that Potato was going to put me in a dress.
Yeah.
Well, if
that
he's aiming
sounds
to humiliate me,
familiar.
Scrappy Doo is worse.
Okay, so if I take it off
Alfie
there...
warns that you should not Google Scooby-Doo.
Oh, any special reason?
Yes, it's very not safe for work.
Oh, I see.
I might have left out some key adjectives. Don't
Oh.
look at it.
Okay.
No, I said don't look at it, Sal. What are you doing?
Sexy Scooby-Doo.
No!
That's not...
You've killed us all.
Ooh. We can go. Copy those settings. We can now get these all planted up.
Oh,
Ah.
there's a free hatch.
There's a free hatch. Let's get you wrangled. Although that might overload our hatch room. Let's check. Got 8 in there already. So we might have to eat one.
Finally, some food.
Let's have a look at duplicants. Can't dig. Narcoleptic. Flatulent. Yokel. Unfortunately, no. None of you are good enough to cook alongside me. Okay, now dig that out of there.
Well, also just pets those hatches all day long and dances in front of them.
It's what they like.
I mean, I guess, but... Just because he's doing that, he wants to have a higher standard of room decoration? Really?
Okay, this is going to be a nasty water place, so let's get this swept up. Oh yeah, research. Next research we'll do... Oh, do you know, we could get renewable energy going and...
Where's the sunlight?
Well, we get a light bug thingy.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
So that's a maybe. This is all maybes. I won't be using it for a while though. Smart storage, again, really, I like what I can do with smart storage, but I don't think I'll be using it for a little while. Clothing I probably will be using. Yeah. Okay, we'll get that lot done.
We can research all of that without actually having a more advanced researcher?
Yeah.
Oh.
Industrial ingredient. What's that? Ah,
I assumed it would be gated off by profession ability or something. How odd.
Yeah. Actually, I don't want critter eggs. What?
Spotted cow reminds me of that dumb Scrappy-Doo Mia drawing. Posting it! I'm going to die. Tell Technology, who you haven't said hello to yet,
Oh, hello, Cell.
says that this is a fighting stance. I'm crying. You hurt me quite a lot, Spotted Cow. How dare you? Cell Technology points out that he almost missed everything.
Oh no, that'd be awful. Oh, that means that we get to tell him about our exciting holiday that's coming up.
Well, go ahead.
We're going on holiday with Boris, and Mia's gonna be mum.
Oh, you're not very good at telling that story either. So, imagine Boris going on an archaeological dig somewhere in the frozen wastelands of Canada.
Except he's coming to the UK, but yeah.
No, stop it! You're ruining the whole story of him going on his imaginary journey to uncover the lost Anubis.
Imaginary journey. It's more your imaginary journey. But yeah. I get you.
He found Anubis. He uncovered him during his archaeological dig, and he's going to bring him to the UK so people like me can gawk at him, admire his existence. Basically, we're going to have the Nidd meetup in the UK, hopefully very soon. The exact date isn't set yet, but it's seemingly going to be within the next 3 months. And we're going to document everything on video, hopefully, maybe.
Yeah. And where...
Cell Technology summarizes, Boris is a polar archaeologist explorer in quest for a holiday in the UK? Yes.
And
he wants to have a pilgrimage to the River Nidd.
yeah. So we're going to have... Boris is coming. Maybe Minty.
Maybe me.
pretty sure Anubis is coming. And it sounds like Spidey's coming. And Apple and Melon
are going to be pulled out of the tar pits down in southern England.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're all going to have one big Nidd holiday on the River Nidd.
At the River Nidd, not
near
on
the
it.
River Nidd. Yeah, near the River Nidd.
Spidey also tells you that you smell, by the way.
Hiya, Spidey. Yeah, I've found some great stables to put you in.
Please don't put the spider in the stable. Belorsa's asking, look who it is.
Indeed.
It's Spidey. Very concerning. Hello, we missed you. On a side note, I noticed your new grim occupation. I approve of your purchase decision. I wholeheartedly recommend it. And I hope you've already taken care of lots of bodies. Yes, Spidey points out... What?
Oh!
Never mind. Stop the horses.
Stop the horses.
Keep them back. Spidey says that there's a high chance that he will be going.
Yes.
Also, everyone says hello to Spidey and Sal, for that matter.
Yeah, I'm getting all excited.
Belorsa's asking about Spidey's bodies. Don't mind them. That's something we all have. Few bodies. Just in case. Sometimes we need new skin.
Okay, we're keeping on top of the food a little bit better. Yes, so Spider, we found some great places where we could stay.
I thought we already posted all of that on Twitter, and he should know.
Well, we've only posted 2 or 3 places, but we've seen quite a few others. I still quite fancy staying in the turret. There's like a pretend castle, and you can stay in the turret of a pretend castle.
Yeah, but this would just be the bunk bed version of a house, and that doesn't sound like a very livable place.
Well, it sleeps 8, and we are talking about 9 people. Well, no, actually, it slept 6, but it's got sofas as well. It's got beds for 6.
Alfie's suggesting, instead of saying hold your horses, how about cool your jets? I was trying to stick with keep the phone back. Or hold the phone. Hold the phone is a good one. I don't know why I didn't come up with that one first.
Look. Clean, polluted water. No germs.
Well done.
So the system's working. So what we have is we've got germy polluted water, which is going through here to make it into clean water. That's being dropped out into our algae terrariums, who are soaking it up and turning it into polluted water, but with no germs in.
May I point out that the pool you have down there is hideous.
Which the dupes are then bringing up here and dropping into here, and it's clean polluted water. And then that will be sieved out as clean water.
Right.
Which you can then use for cooking.
Right.
And that's how we're turning our pea water from the toilets into mush bars.
Oh, yeah, I didn't really want to hear that last step spoken out loud, but thank you anyway. Potato points out that this is 2/3 of the Canadians available. Maybe next time, if they all don't die in a nuclear blast, we'll have the full house. But also only really ever had that one body of his. So he doesn't know why I'd be talking about multiple ones. Cell Technology says that it's normal to inhabit a body, some just have some extras. Yes, like Spidey, for example, who didn't kill anyone, he just reused a few bodies. Because recycling is usually cheaper, or so we've heard. Spidey points out that you should close your pool down there.
This one down here.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks a bit nasty, doesn't it?
It's got AIDS in it.
No, it's just food poisoning.
Well, it's almost as bad.
It's thirds of a million germs.
Third of a million. Okay.
Well, it's toilet
We need
water.
to form a
It's coming
safety
from-
barrier in front of it.
Look, it's coming out of the toilets and the showers.
Imagine if someone
Into
falls
the-
in
this is
there
our
and then gets
sewer.
food poisoning.
Yeah. Well, if you happen to fall into the sewer, don't swallow. What's that there? That bottle of... What is it?
Someone dropped it because they had a better idea of what to do. or
Oh,
not.
yeah. Yeah, just want to give people a bit of a moment to clean up, especially around here, because Mia and NPC will get really unhappy working in such a mucky, dirty area.
Alfie points out that Spidey wants the pool close because otherwise he'll get stuck in it, or the bathtub, or the sink, like a spider would.
Yeah.
Also, say hello to Silent Ambassador, who's using his fancy space engineers, I don't know, Twitch pictures of two space engineers waving. Apparently they belong to Zockley. Also, SG Games suggests that you should press Alt F4.
Maybe not today.
Well, maybe in about 4 minutes. You're
SG
slowly
Games.
running out of time again.
Oh god, are we getting that close? Alright, well, let's have a quick look at where we are up to then. So, today, we've got a reasonable amount done. Got the beginnings of the power room set up, and we've got the water system now completed, so that we can
Well,
turn
as much as
P-water
we
into
can.
fresh water.
We don't have a large reservoir yet.
Oh no, that will build up though. The system's working, it just needs a bit more power putting through to it. Not power, sorry. Just a bit more... we need people to use the toilet a bit more yet. So I think what we'll look at next week is... Well, first of all, have we seen any usable geezers around the place? Because...
Silent Ambassador reminds us that he's Jim.
Oh, hello!
If you'll excuse us, I'm old and senile. Oh, produce. Oh, another brain thing, right? What's this?
What?
The thing to your right.
No, this one's not a brain thing. I'm not entirely sure what this one does.
Oh, it's just a normal office.
It might just be... Well, there's a weight plate, so it definitely
It's
does
something.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what.
Hold on, I think I
Can't
remember seeing that
see.
before. Never mind.
Yeah. Still can't see any geezers.
Spidey points out that all water is just dinosaur pee water. Or at least 97%.
But yes, I think...
Jim Hon
next
is greeting Scarlet Karma, who, by the way,
Hey,
is Tammy.
Jim!
Is you already said that?
Oh, I thought you said Jim Hon.
I did.
Well, that's Silent Ambassador. I thought you said it was Silent Assassin who was here.
Oh, I might have misread the name, or were there two of them? No, it was Silent Ambassador. Whoopsie-dozy, I might have confused you. Hi, Jim.
Right, so what I'll do next week is we'll break into this area and we'll start using the cold biome.
And
We'll
finally open an
start-
ice stand.
We'll start setting up
I'm getting
some hydrogen processing.
I'm getting a facepalm Twitch picture.
And once we've got all that sorted out, we'll start going... First of all, we need to go downwards to find some oil. We shouldn't have to go too far down.
You've got too many Zockley Twitch pictures, Jim.
And then, once we've got enough plastic to be able to make our suits and things, we'll go upwards and we'll see if we can break through to space.
Right.
Because we can get out to the surface of the asteroid these days. It's a bit of a dangerous place.
Oh no. I've unleashed the floodgates. Now I'm getting more Zockley pictures. How dare you? Well, curses, you've done it now. I've had my fill. Thank you for watching so far. Hold on, let me do the fancy thing. There it comes. If you've enjoyed watching this so far and would like to see more of our streams, we usually stream Ghost of a Tale on Wednesdays at 8 PM GMT +1. Alternatively, as you're watching it right now, Oxygen Not Included will happen again next Thursday at 8 PM GMT +1, which will be about 2 hours ago from now if you're watching this live. However, if neither of us are your particular cup of tea, we've also got a fruity cocktail on offer in the form of Crazy Potato's weekend stream on Saturdays at 8 PM GMT +1 on his own Twitch channel called Crazy_Potato1. He had a bit of a PC problem recently, but I assume since he suddenly magically materialized a hard drive out of nothing, he can now do the thing again. He might just have to catch up with his save slot again. I don't know. There we go, I've done an outro. I'm now waiting for the screen to fade out. I realised that I left way too much time. Oh, there you go, the screen faded out. I need to work on that transition in the future. Do you have any last words? You've got about 2 minutes of floating bubbles until...
Thanks for watching, everybody. And we're really excited about a big Nidd meetup in a couple of... in a few weeks to a couple of months. And we'll keep you posted on what we're planning. See you soon. Bye.
Cheerios or something. I wish I could make this fade out to black. Instead, I just have to hard cut the stream. This not. However, if I stall long enough.
Bye, everybody.
No. If I stall.